Using some tools in Word can help our students move successfully and swiftly through the writing process. Today we will look briefly at the benefits of turning on and off spelling and grammar check, using cut and paste, using the thesaurus to increase writing sophistication, and using comments for the editing phase of the writing process. The first tool we are going to examine is the spelling and grammar check. It is beneficial to turn this off when students are in the initial stages of the writing process, so that the red squiggly lines that indicate an error do not distract them. The objective of the pre-writing and drafting phase is to get ideas down, and the focus is on the content, not on spelling or mechanics. If students stop to correct every error, they lose the flow of freely capturing their ideas. To turn off the spelling and grammar check, you would go to File, and then click on Options towards the bottom, and when you do that, a large pop-up window will appear. You select Proofing tab, as indicated here, and then you would see that you can change how Word corrects and formats your text. I have highlighted in the red box the spelling and grammar options. Please notice that the sample of writing here has several red squiggly lines showing. As this child tries to write down initial ideas, the red lines break writing flow and slow the process of pre-writing and drafting down. With spelling and grammar check turned off, the child will not see any indication that there are errors with the initial writing, allowing them to continue on their way, focusing strictly on content and ideas. Once the students are at a point where they are looking to edit their work and correct their errors, the spelling and grammar check can be turned back on, and students can go through their writing to make the corrections at a more appropriate phase in the writing process. Another useful tool is cut and paste, or highlight, click, and drag to move text to different places on the document. In this example, one highlights the text they want to move to another location. Then they click on the highlighted text and they drag and drop it in the new location in the document. Alternatively, once the text is highlighted, the student can right-click on the highlighted text and cut the text from the document. Then the student can place the mouse cursor in the new location, right-clicking where the text should be inserted and clicking on a paste option. Using cut and paste is particularly useful when students are in the drafting and revising phase and they are attempting to organize their thoughts into paragraphs or need to quickly reorganize some sections of their work. This sure beats the erase and rewrite method I used in school. If making changes is easier to do, more students will be willing to make the investment in their writing. One of my favorite tools in Word is the thesaurus, and it holds great promise when used with student writing. This is useful when your students are continually turning and writing with overused words such as pretty, neat, scared, and so on. Ban the boring words and challenge them to seek something far more sophisticated. To use this tool, students highlight a word that they would like to replace in their writing. Then they right-click on the word, and from the menu that appears, they select synonyms, and they will be given several alternate words that might fit into their writing. If they find nothing, they can click on the thesaurus option right at the bottom to look more closely at a particular word. In this example, the student identified that the word understand may be replaced with something better, and it looks like appreciate is the word that makes the cut. When the student clicks on the new word, it is automatically placed in the document where the old word was. Let's take a look at this writing sample. Big Bad Bert. Big Bad Bert was a scary dude. Everyone feared him and he knew it. He smelled too, and he didn't care at all that people made fun of him and that he had no friends, or at least that is what we all thought. Until one day when Big Bad Bert was sitting alone in the bleachers at school crying, and a few of us saw him. We didn't even know he had feelings at all, but he does, and they matter just as much as everyone else's. All that Big Bad Bert wanted was someone to have his back, to be his friend, to know and understand him, and to accept him as he is. Now let's take a look at this sample after the student has used the thesaurus. Enormously Wicked Bert. Enormously Wicked Bert was a daunting dude. He smelled too, and he did not pay any attention at all that people made fun of him and that he had no friends, or at least that is what we all assumed. Everyone feared him, and he knew it. Big Bad Bert has changed to Enormously Wicked Bert, scary to daunting, thought to assumed. Just imagine the possibilities. The final tool that I want to present today is the use of comments in the revising and editing phase of the writing process. To make comments on each other's work, students select the Review tab and then click the word in the writing where they want to insert their comment. Then they select the new comment icon from the top menu. When they click on the new comment icon, the word will be highlighted in red and a flyout box goes out to the side of the document. Students can begin typing in the comment box. They can continue to add comments throughout the entire document, with new flyout boxes being added to any word where they wish to add a comment. In this example, we can see that the comment has assisted in a better final product. Once the author sees the comment, they can decide to address them or not. The comments can be deleted by clicking the comment box, and then the option to delete the comment will become available. The comment box must be highlighted for the delete option to be available. Yes, you can. And when it prints with the margin of comments so you can clearly see them. I would also like to mention that this is a powerful way to do peer editing, because as the students read over the comments and decide to make some changes, they still have all the other tools available to them, such as cut and paste and thesaurus. Let's take a quick look at how this story is evolving as we move through the writing process. We can see here how the suggestion to describe Bert's crying has changed into something more descriptive. The comment was, "I think it would be good to describe him crying, like a little boy, because he seems so bad and big. It would help me see how pretend that is." And the resulting change was, one day, Enormously Wicked Bert was sitting alone in the bleachers at school, sobbing like a small child. He had big red eyes, his body shook uncontrollably, and he was so upset he was sniffling non-stop. As the author moves through the writing, it continues to get stronger and stronger until we have a final version of what started out as a few incomplete ideas that were typed out in the pre-writing phase. Now the student has a neatly typed piece of writing, including an image that is appropriate to the story and formatted to fit into the work, and it's all ready for publication. Today we looked briefly at some tools in Word that can help our students move successfully and swiftly through the writing process. I hope that you have found the information useful. If you would like to know more, please don't hesitate to contact me at berthelotj@spsd.sk.ca. Thank you.